would be showing almost no cases. Testing is a double-edged sword, making us look bad, but good to have.
Our
Hi guys.
testing is so far advanced. It's so much bigger and better than any other country that we're going to have more cases. We're always going to have more cases. And as I said this morning, that's probably the downside of having good testing, is you find a lot of cases that other countries who don't even test don't have. If you don't test, you don't have any cases. If we stop testing right now, we'd have very few cases if any.
I can't believe I have to explain this. If we stop testing, that wouldn't mean the cases went away. That would just mean we don't know about it. When you play peekaboo with a baby, the baby can't see you, but that doesn't mean you actually disappeared. Do you remember when people were making those viral videos and they stand behind a cover in front of their dog, they drop the blanket and run away, and the dog thinks they disappeared? That's Trump. What the hell? He was just standing behind the blanket. Damn you to hell, ghost blanket. You called for me, sir. Not you, ghost blanket, the other ghost blanket. Now, this is a sentiment Trump has repeated several times. If only we could stop testing, we'd look so much better, which is just insane. It's like if you went to your optometrist and they said, I could give you an eye exam, but then you'd need glasses to drive. That doesn't mean you don't need glasses. Just means you'll probably get more car accidents than Billy Joel. And that's another Billy Joel car crash joke. And yes, that is a reference that is 16 years old, which means if that reference were a person, they would have no idea who Billy Joel is. And if you're a person who is surprised that I'm still making Billy Joel car crash jokes in 2020, all I can say is, you ought to know by now, we are having fun in our attic. Now, Trump is, in his own unique way, breathtakingly dumb. But the rest of his administration is just as committed to this coronavirus cover-up as he is, even if they manage to be a little more subtle about it. Vice President Mike Pence, for example, urged governors on call this week to lie about the increasing number of coronavirus cases.
According to the New York Times, at a conference call, the VP urged governors to, quote, continue to explain to your citizens the magnitude of increase in testing, and that in most of the cases where we are seeing some marginal rise in number, that's more a result of the extraordinary work you're doing.
The idea that cases are going up because testing has increased is a lie. And sure, Mike Pence might look more convincing than Trump when he lies. He shakes his head and furrows his brow like a community theater actor, looking even more the part of a statesman, thanks to sharing a two-shot with a man who looks like he's trying to get you to play the ring toss down on the Coney Island boardwalk. But it's still a lie. The increase in testing is not the reason for the increase in positives. In fact, in at least 14 states, positive cases have outstripped the average number of tests that have been administered. Just look at this map from the website covidexitstrategy.org with states that are trending poorly in red. Just because Trump has gotten bored with something doesn't mean it's gone away. You'd think he would have at least learned that lesson from these two. What are you two losers doing here? I thought you disappeared. No, Dad, we went to summer camp. I thought it was permanent summer camp. The Trump administration has even been contradicted by their own scientists. On Tuesday, Dr. Anthony Fauci said the increase in cases cannot be explained by increased testing, which is just obviously true. What do you think is more likely to be responsible for an increase of cases of infectious disease? Increased testing or reopening gyms, malls, barbershops, bowling alleys, massage parlors, and everyone's favorite local tavern, O'Coffingans? And yet, the Trump administration is committed to the lie that the coronavirus has just disappeared, when in reality it never went away, and it is in fact getting worse. Yesterday, Pence published an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal titled, "There isn't a coronavirus second wave." Yeah, that's because we're not done with the first wave. That's like serving someone an undercooked hamburger and while they're still eating it saying, see, there's no diarrhea. There will be. There just isn't any yet. In fact, we've failed miserably compared to most other developed nations. Look at this chart comparing our curve of confirmed cases to the European Union. Or look at these curves from the New York Times for 3 European countries that saw major outbreaks and have since suppressed those outbreaks and bent their curves all the way back down. Now add in the United States. The U.S. is a plateau, and Italy, Spain, and Germany all have downward slopes, proving something I've long said: the skiing is better in Europe. It just is. We should learn from them. Instead, our leaders continue to politicize even basic measures that we know can stem the spread of the virus, like mask wearing. Trump and Pence have turned mask wearing into a dumb conservative culture war issue by repeatedly refusing to wear one in public. And Pence did it again during a trip to a restaurant in Iowa on Tuesday. Dude, just be polite and wear the mask. Why do you have to be such a dick about everything? You think you're going to look stupid with a mask? The world can still go on even if we can't see your dumb little hyphen mouth. If you put a blank piece of paper over your face, no one would know the difference. You already have resting mask face. In fact, Trump seems intent on making the situation worse by holding a giant indoor rally on Saturday in Tulsa, a hotspot where cases are spiking and where the director of the Tulsa Health Department has said he wishes Trump would postpone the rally. Trump nonetheless doubled down on Twitter.
The president reacted to that notion on Twitter, and he rejects it, saying the far-left fake news media, which had no COVID problems with the rioters and looters destroying Democrat-run cities, is trying to COVID shame us on our big rallies. Won't work.
You don't have to tell us you're immune to shame. We're familiar with your work. It is clear to all of us that you have tested positive for shame antibodies. Also, don't compare a giant indoor rally to a protest. There's a huge difference between an outdoor gathering where everyone's wearing a mask and an indoor campaign rally / mosh pit in an arena with limited ventilation where everyone's cheek to cheek can build that wall. Also, no one is less of an essential worker than a Trump rally attendee. You've been chanting, build that wall for 5 years. Nada. So Trump is both malevolent and dumb. Hollywood has done us a real disservice trying to convince us that evil people are all geniuses. They're always suave and well-spoken. A lot of them have PhDs. Dr. No, Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus. While Trump has a master's degree in copying off the kid in front of him. Not only does he not know how coronavirus testing works, he doesn't even know how his own industry, real estate, works. Here he is at a roundtable event last week describing how, I guess, some buildings are nicer and also cheaper than others.
Sometimes you'll see a building, it costs less money than another building that costs more because the one that built the one that costs more, this one looks better. The one that's cheaper, it looks better. They say, how much more did you spend for that building? Actually, we spent less. You can do that. It's called, you have to know what you're doing.
He sounds like a New York City tour guide. He forgot his note cards. Interesting fact, sometimes you'll see a building that costs less money than another building because, the one that built the one that costs more, this one's cheaper. And, what? M&M store. He's like a dumber version of the kid from Jerry Maguire. Did you know that sometimes buildings that cost less look nicer? Of course, the core of what he was saying was, if you make a cheap thing look nice, people will pay more, and by the time they realize it's cheap, you have their money, and it's too late to do anything. Trump style. The only smart move Trump ever made as a builder was giving Trump Tower an escalator instead of a ramp. The course of history would have been very different if that had been a ramp. We are waiting on Donald Trump, who is expected to announce his bid for the presidency, and here he is now at the top of the famous truck tower ramp, heading down fairly gingerly. It looks like he's picking up some speed, and based on his expression, that was not part of the plan. Oh, you can really see the whiteness of his knuckles as they grasp helplessly at the railing. Oh, he's down. He's down, and he has taken Alani with him, and I do not speak Slovenian. But that's the opposite of being so shocked you spit out water. Donald Trump is only driven by self-interest? And thanks for telling us now. I mean, that's information that would have been way more helpful to us 6 months ago during the impeachment trial. You're like guy who sees his neighbor's house on fire, and instead of calling 911, writes a book called, "Hey, that house is on fire." "Bob, I wrote a book about your house being on fire. We'd love to send it to you, but, the house burned down. So where are you guys now, a hotel?" There's no one to root for in a Trump versus Bolton fight. They're both megalomaniacs, sociopaths looking out for themselves. It's a real alien versus predator situation, except all you need to do to stop alien Trump is install a ramp. He's getting closer. He's getting closer. Oh, he's slowing down. Oh, he's slowing down. Okay, slowing way down. All right, you know what? I think we're good. I think we're good to move around our spaceship as we did before this alien infestation. The president and his team are lying about the ongoing coronavirus pandemic in an attempt to cover it up and pretend it's over when in reality it's getting worse. The pandemic has laid bare the weaknesses of our institutions and proven once again that in order to be president, at the very least,
You have to know what you're doing.
this has been a closer look.
Closer look.
As New York struggles to reopen,
Hi there, you. It's me, Jimmy. I'm in my house again, which is now kind of our house, but don't come try to live in it. Hey, the NBA seems ready to get back to work. Yesterday, the league proposed 113 pages worth of safety rules and procedures for the rest of a shortened season. First of all the games will be played at Disney World, which right off the bat seems like the least safe place to be during a Peter pandemic, but they do have many precautions in place. The players will be housed together. They'll quarantine ahead of time and be tested every day. Players will be discouraged from licking their fingers and clearing their noses on the court. Were they encouraged to do that before this? Players will be required to shower in their hotel rooms instead of in the locker room. And I don't know if it's even worth playing basketball if you can't cap the night off by scrubbing up with the team loofah. And also, no one will be allowed to touch the ball during the game. So, I don't know, that sounds doable. Meanwhile, our basketball-headed president is about to go back on the road, but first, he's fending off another round of tell-all books. Trump is said to be planning to file a lawsuit against his niece, Mary Trump, over a forthcoming memoir that reportedly does not paint Uncle Donnie in a positive light. This is the book. It's called Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man, which is longer than the original title, which was My Uncle is a Dick. Trump claims his niece's book would violate the terms of a non-disclosure agreement he had her sign in 2001. Imagine having an NDA with your niece. That's really all you need to know about someone. The other book he would very much like to keep from coming out and is taking legal action to do so is from a member of his inner circle, former National Security Advisor John Bolton. We got a few McNuggets from that today, and among many unbelievable claims in the book, Bolton writes that Trump said journalists should be executed. He didn't know Britain was a nuclear power. He asked if Finland was part of Russia. He begged the Chinese to help him with the election, and has a penis that looks like a mushroom. So, wait, I may have picked that up from Stormy Daniels' book, but could you imagine the president asking his advisors if Finland is part of Russia? He's the president of the United States. This is like your mechanic asking if the muffler is part of the glove compartment. Meanwhile, remember when Trump was pushing this hydroxychloroquine as the coronavirus miracle drug? Well, the FDA this week officially withdrew their support for it, and now the government is stuck with 66 million useless doses. So I guess we know what the Trumps will be giving trick-or-treaters for Halloween for the next 30 years. Cases of the virus are on the rise in more than 20 states, but most everything is opening anyway. Restaurants are now allowed to open here in Los Angeles, but because of safety measures, many of them will be half empty. So some restaurants have been using mannequins to fill empty seats, which is very weird, and also raises an important question, which is, where in the world do you buy a mannequin?
Attention restaurant owners! Looking for mannequins to place at your social distance bar tables, but don't want to pay an arm and a leg? Come and get them at Big Al's House of Gently Exploded Mannequins. We have lots of plastic people. There's Hamlet Harry, Lefty, a Bing Bang Twin, Smokey Joe, the Sparkle Sisters, One-Eyed Willie, and Jared Kushner. Your customers will never know the difference. So don't be a dummy. Get over to Big Al's House of Gently Exploded Mannequins. Located on the corner of McCluskey and Murdoch, right behind the Deli Queen. Curbside pickup available.
Yeah, Big Al is the best. This is wonderful. In Ventura, California, there's about 90 minutes up to 101. The city council voted to require that masks be worn inside businesses and government offices, and the result of that vote was this.
I can test face coverings. I am a healthy American. I used to be free. I am not a terrorist. I am not Antifa. I am not a sex slave that wears masks. I am not into sadomasochism and bondage.
That's too bad. You almost checked all the boxes off my list. So if you're not those things, then what are you?
I am a proud Trump Republican, yearning to be free again.
She's yearning. She's yearning to be free again to go to Margaritaville.
Shame on all of you. Let liberty ring. God bless America, land that I love.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, don't stop there. You got to finish the song.
From the oceans to the prairies to the mountains, white with foam.
Mountains white with foam. I think the foam is coming out of her mouth. Meanwhile, the president is holding a rally this weekend in Tulsa, and folks like her are already lining up.
I'm here with Mike Boatman, and he is from Evansville, Indiana. And right now, you're the fourth person in line, right?
Yes, I'm the fourth.
And when did you get here?
I got here 28 hours ago.
Awesome. And why did you want to come out here to Tulsa this weekend?
I want to hear President Trump speak. What he does for our country, for every one of us, is nothing for me to be out here 6 days early.
Well, thank you for your sacrifice. The bait shop's loss is America's gain. This country is an absolute mess, but change is happening. A number of big companies
Thank you
have
for
begun to
watching,
rethink the
guys.
messages
Bye,
that some of their
everyone.
products may send. PepsiCo announced today they're